How did I get into hot rodding? I think it was just a natural progression actually. At the end of the day, my very first car, which was an Anglia, we modified that and we painted it in the garage, and everything kind of progressed from that. As you get older, the toys probably get a little bit bigger, and I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get out of it. I just don't think I've got a choice in the matter anymore. I can't look at anything without thinking, what would it look like if it was like this or like that. Yeah, modifying things and tinkering is probably just kind of in the blood, really. This car, the 34 5-window coupe, we were building it for a customer. The customer decided he wanted to go a different direction with a different car. Lucky enough that we were building it in the style that I like anyway. Basically, most of the fabrication was done. Still needed to be upholstered, wired, exhaust systems, and so on and so on. It was too good of an opportunity for me to pass up because it was exactly what I would have built anyway. The chassis is a Kiwi Connection 34 chassis. It's got a Lloyd Wilson top 5-window fiberglass body on it. It's running a Buick Nailhead. It's got a Turbo 700 4-speed overdrive transmission, which I chose because I wanted to have highway use on it. 9-inch posi traction rear end, hairpins front, got the SoCal disc brakes. It was a major mission having that rebuilt. Went through 4 cams, I think it was. Went through a cylinder head. It's now out at a 334. All the carburetors have all been rebuilt and tuned and so on. It's got electronic ignition in it, into the original distributor, so we were lucky enough to get onto a really good guy in the States that kind of knew his stuff. He let us go to a 57 distributor because they had a different curve in them. They do make a different noise. They've got a different cam configuration, and they've got a bit of an overlap type of thing on their cams. It's a different looking motor with the rocker covers up square on top and the side panels and all that type of stuff. And when it comes to a hot rod motors, there's some of the ones that are on the list. A Hemi, Buick Nailhead and Oldsmobile rockets and things like that. So that's one of the cool hot rod motors to have. Yeah, the details do matter. They're one of those things when you get a couple of cars together, be it a couple of 34s together, and you go, why does that one look different to the other one? It is the details. You stand back and you look at it at a side profile, and you need to lower the front or raise the back. We do put a lot of thought into the proportions because, basically it's the first thing that you do see. We stood back, we looked at it, like the side pipes. We custom made those side pipes. Just so we could get the right size and the lengths and the widths and the diameters, etc. So proportion it fitted. Same with the tail lights, they were chosen because they're a miniature one, so they look smaller. Grille, the brakes, everything's all been considered. I think the boxes you have to tick with when you're building the car is that you have to make sure the thing follows through right the way through the whole car. When you see it, it screams a particular error. It's actually a 36 Ford colour. It's a Coach Barone, but then we went in through and modified and put a whole lot of black into it, so it darkened the whole colour up and it looked so pinky in the sun. We went with the aged leather in it. I wanted to go with the traditional tuck and roll style thing, but we put a bit of a twist in there, and I put the domes out of a SS Impala across the seats, put a little bit of a V in them and all that type of stuff. Stewart Warner gauges. It's got an I did it nostalgia column in it with 56 Chevy miniature steering wheel, and then I went through and we machined up a whole lot of brass accents and stuff like that, so changed all the knobs, and then I went through and aged all those things with baking soda and vinegar, which gave it the aged look, which was really cool. Drives really, really well. bushes are starting to wear and not so tight and everything, so it's starting to get really enjoyable to drive now. Like I said, I wanted it to be an open road car. In New Zealand we travel from point A to point B, and a nice driving car on the open road is really important to me. One of the biggest things I think with the success of this car is stopping, is the fact that enough is enough. Don't go overboard and put too much stuff on. It took me 3 days to decide to put a decal on the window. Let's face it, at the end of the day they were simple cars, so you've got to keep it simple. They're a little bit of a struggle to drive. I guess it takes you as close as you can get back to being in the 50s type of deal, driving an old banger. You put the window down and the wind comes in, and there's a few rattles and bangs, and it's just raw. I think it's like riding a motorbike. You feel free, you feel part of the car. You're not lazy in it like the late model cars that are aircon and cruise control. You're actually driving the vehicle.